Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time, my name is Cynthia and I'm gonna be talking about plants. So this is gonna be the first part to my houseplant tour, and we're gonna start in my bedroom. I don't want this video to be crazy long, so let's just get started. Okay, so we're gonna start this tour off in my room. This is my current setup. I have 3 plant shelves in my room now, and most of the plants here are Hoyas, but you will see that there are some that are, not Hoyas. And then I do have a clamp light up there. All of these shelves have lights because my room doesn't get, sufficient light. These shelves used to be next to my window, but I moved them recently and I'm really liking this setup better. I like how they look all together. So we're just gonna get started. So we're gonna start here. This is a Peperomia Hope. As you can see, this baby has kind of struggled for me. She used to be more fuller. I have taken cuttings from this and taken it to, swaps and stuff. But it puts out like these little runners or like growth points, but it doesn't grow much like bigger leaves. This is a Hoya Pot of Gold. As you can see here, it dropped its newest leaf. I was really excited about that, but it might be like my other macrophylla that I struggle with also. This next Hoya is a Hoya Parasitica Splash. It's really cute. I need to give it its own pot, but I really like these plastic pots. I got this guy at a swap from my friend Jackie. This is Hoya Cumingiana. It's just one long trail. For a while it didn't give me much, but then now it's given me all this new growth. This is Hoya Retusa. I recently gave it this little pot and I really like how it looks there. Back here, that's a Hoya Macrophylla. I got this baby off eBay. I think she was featured in one of my most recent videos where I potted her up, and I just really like how she looks. She has that beautiful veining. Right here, this is Hoya Affinity Polystachya. I don't know how to say it, but I really like this guy. Unfortunately, I had another growth point here and it didn't make it. So hopefully this one side will start to thrive for me. Back here, this is Hoya SPUT 033 EPC 705. It's like a long name, but I just think this guy is really beautiful. I love the shiny leaves. As you can see, you'll see some of these little yellow sticky things. I do have fungus gnats, and yeah, I need to have those. Up here I have my Hoya linearis. I've had this baby for a while. She's really long. This back here is Hoya rigida. She recently gave me this new leaf. So cute. I hope it gets eventually big huge leaves like this one. Right here, this is Hoya verticillata variegata, and this baby has a new leaf coming in right there. I love the variegation on it. So pretty. Back here I have a Hoya SP no, not Kalimatan. This is Hoya SP West Kalimatan. So I was close. I'm just really attracted to the shape of these leaves. I just think they're so cute. Right here, this is Hoya verticillata. This is what used to be Weibergii, and I don't know if you can tell, but this baby has really beautiful pinky splashes. And yeah, I think it's gorgeous. Back here, I have this HOYA Skinneriana, I think. I got this plant from a swap that I recently did with my friend. So I recently potted that up because it was rooting in water. This is HOYA glabra. It has these beautiful leaves. And then it has this growth point here. So hopefully it'll give me new leaves soon. Back there I have HOYA, what is this? HOYA Valmaru, I can't even say it. Valmariana, I think. I'm gonna put the name on the screen. But yeah, I really like this guy. She puts out really beautiful leaves. And when the leaves are coming out, the veining looks red. It's very interesting to look at. And then once they are hardened, they have this white veining. It's really pretty. Right here on this side, I have some propagations. This peperomia, I had a full pot of it and it didn't make it, but I saved 2 cuttings from it, I believe, and I gave one to my friend, and then I kept this one for myself. So I hope I could pot her up and hopefully she'll regrow. This is a philodendron atabapoense that I got at a plant swap from my friend Sharina the Plomy, I think that's where I got this from, I'm pretty sure. This little guy, I've been growing here for a while. I'm not sure what it is. I think it might be philodendron brandianum or something like that. I'm not 100%. Back here I have some tetrasperma, the tissue culture variety. And as you can see, it has some solid leaves, and then it has given me leaves that have the fenestrations. So I have that in water, and I don't know, I just like how it looks. It has a lot of roots growing. This is my philodendron micans. These are cuttings that I got a while back that I never potted up, and I've just had them in water for the longest time. This is, you know, a golden pothos, or the regular pothos variety, the green one. I've taken so many cuttings from my plant that is in my hanging section. So this has literally grown from leaf cuttings, because it didn't look like this when I took the cuttings. This is, you know, growing out of control. This can be a complete pot already. And I have taken those cuttings for a friend from work, but I haven't, you know, gone back to work, so they're still here. Right here in the front, I have this philodendron pedatum. This leaf got injured when my friend gave it to me, but I put a little toothpick on it and she's doing fine. But yeah, it's really pretty. This is a philodendron that I didn't have and I wanted, and my friend gave me this beautiful cutting. In this little salad container, I have some Hoyas that were also from a swap that are rooting. And then that's a Syngonium RAYII, I think, or Syngonium something, I can't think of the name. But yeah, that guy's living his best life in here. I have a Hoya Bella that's variegated back there. And this guy, I forgot the name. I'll put the name on the screen if I remember. Down here I have more of my propagations. Well, what's in there is propagating, and you know, obviously I have more plants out here. This is my Hoya obovata that I recently potted up into this little pot. I had this baby in water for a while because she had been attacked by spider mites or some kind of bug, I don't remember, but I had her in water for the longest time, and I finally put her back in soil, so I'm hoping that she'll start to grow. This right here is Hoya ficii. I recently gave this baby a little pot. I just think it's so cute. This right here is Hoya pallida or pallida, I don't know how to say it. And I recently got these cuttings from a friend. And this guy is Hoya neo ibudica. I got this as a little cutting from one of my purchases from the plant haul, the shop, and it's really cute. It gave me roots already, so I recently potted it up. Back there I have a Hoya caudata. That's a Hoya caudata Sumatra. And then back there I have a Hoya Jennifer. That baby came to me from Hawaii, and I think it's so beautiful. In here, these are some of the Hoyas that I started to propagate recently. That begonia I got as a gift from someone who bought one of the plants that I auctioned off, and she brought me 2 little cuttings. This begonia and a ripsalis that's in the same little container. Back there I have a Hoya Chelsea. And that bigger leaf is a Meredithii, but she's not doing so good, so I'm not sure if she's gonna make it. And then I have just different cuttings right here in the front too. I have a philodendron mamei that wasn't doing so great in soil, so I put it in water, and it's giving me a new growth point. These are some cuttings that I've taken from my philodendron pseudoverrucosum. I've noticed that guy does way better in water than in soil, so I'm gonna keep him in water for now. Really quick, I'm gonna talk about the plants that are on the ground right here, on the floor. This is a Jose Bueno. It looks kind of skimpy and sad right now because I took a top cutting from it. It's already giving me a new leaf, but since the stem was so long, I decided to chop it, and it's already giving me a new leaf, so I'm not worried about how this guy looks at all. This is a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, the tissue culture, and she's gotten really tall. And yeah, I think there's 2 or 3 in there, but I just like how it looks. It looks really full. Then this guy is my Philodendron esmeraldens. If you guys have seen my first houseplant tour, then you might, be able to notice that this guy has gotten really tall. I've had to, zip him up because she does spread really wide. Down here, I just have more propagations. So these are just props that I either, just took cuttings from plants that were overgrown for me, or plants that were, not doing so well, so I took cuttings just for preventative reasons. Like back there I have a Scindapsus trubii dark form, and I'm really glad that I took that cutting because the mother plant is no longer with us, so now I have that little baby. So these plants were once in water, and then I transferred them to soil. And a lot of them I was gonna give away to friends because I have multiples of, like like this guy. And a lot of my pothos I have multiples of already, so I, you know, wanted to give them away, but you know, I haven't been to a plant swap or back to work, so I don't know when those will go anywhere. So for now, they're staying where they are. So down here I have my Hoya Croniana. This is my Hoya Croniana Eskimo. I've had this guy for a while. It's giving me some new growth. I just think it's so cute, and I love how it looks in that pot. Back there I have a Hoya Archibald, I think this is Archibaldiana. Yeah, this is Hoya Archibaldiana. I'm trying to make sure that all my plants have tags. Yeah, it's just easier to keep track of what I have and don't have. Right here in this little container, I have 3 different cuttings. I have this guy. This was known as a Hoya Haineana or something like that. I'll put the name on the screen, but I think the name has recently changed. She's about to flower for me, so that's really exciting. I want to see what those flowers look like. And then in the middle, I have a Daikii cutting. If you can see that little leaf that's on top, that was a Daikii leaf that was supposed to become something, but I'm having issues with my Daikii. Every time it puts out a new leaf, it just throws it, it just drops it. And then back here, I have a, what is this? Oh man, I forgot. That's, I can't think of the name, you guys. Oh my God, I'm drawing blanks. But this guy has beautiful leaves. It has like these serrated edges. And there's many different types of varieties of it, but I can't think of the name right now. Oh my God. I'm gonna move on because or else I'm gonna be stuck on that. Right here, I have my Hoya imbricata. In my care, it already had these leaves, so in my care, it's given me that leaf. And then it's growing out this little stem, and then it has another baby leaf in here, if you could see that. Back here, this is Hoya balaensis. And I just think it's so pretty. This is Hoya Rebecca. I believe I showed this in an unboxing. And it's giving me some new growth up here, you could see that. Back here, this is Hoya SPUT 039 EPC 707 Flores Island. I just think it's really beautiful, and I didn't have any leaves that are shaped like this, and the flowers are very cute. So I can't wait to see it flower. Right here, sorry, my linearis wants to be part of this part of the video. This is Hoya Michelle, and she had already had this spur or peduncle when I received her, and it put out this other peduncle during my care, so I'm hopeful that she'll flower for me. She's started these vines that are just going up the shelves, and the one in the back there actually has a little leaf, if you could see it. But yeah, I just think this guy is beautiful. I love the veining on it, it's so pretty. Right here we have a Hoya pubicalix. This is the purple Hawaiian variety, and this leaf is one of my favorite leaves. It's so splashy, it's beautiful. And this guy didn't do anything for me for a while, but now it's putting out growth, so I'm really happy. Back there, that's a Hoya RAYII. And yeah, that guy's just getting really bushy. You could see the new growth right here. So pretty. This guy is Hoya Kentiana variegata. As you can see, she's also giving me new growth. And then right here in the front, this is Hoya parasitica yellow variegation. I think this has been renamed since, but I'm not 100%. And then yeah, it's given me new growth. These leaves, this whole little stem is new. Right here, this is my Hoya elliptica. Yeah, this baby has these beautiful markings. I love it so much. It's so cute. Looks like little turtle shells. This back here, this is Hoya Pottsii, and it just has those huge trails up, and it has a little leaf up there. This guy is my Hoya australis lisa, and it's just given me so many beautiful leaves, and these top leaves have really gotten huge lately. This is my Hoya SP. I got this guy as a cutting at a swap, and this peduncle already flowered for me, and I shared the flowers on my Instagram, and they're just so pretty and they smelled really good. And then it has another peduncle down here. I don't know if it's gonna capture that. So then we're getting down to this lower shelf. I have my variegated Hoya carrii back there. It's given me these new leaves, and the variegation's more of a lighter green. I don't hate it, but it's not what I expected. I think a lot of my plants are really thriving under this grow light, so I'm not mad at it. Here in the front, this is Hoya Natalie. It's really pretty, and it just has this vine also going up the shelf, as you can see. This right here, this is my Hoya serpens. It's one of my favorite plants. They're all my favorite plants. Back there, that's my Hoya Chelsea. This started from 2 cuttings, but this cutting hasn't given me much growth, but that one has really taken off. This right here, this is Hoya Macrophylla Snow Queen, I believe. She's not as splashy as I thought she would be, but she's really pretty anyways. This back here is Hoya Obscura. It was sold to me as Hoya Obscura, but people say it kind of looks like a sunrise one. I'm not sure if it is or it isn't, but it's really pretty. That's Hoya Rachel, and she's giving me this new growth. This is Hoya Rosita, and I love the dark margins on it. And this is Hoya Globulosa, and I just think it's so pretty, and it has this fuzz on it. I don't know if it's capturing the little hairs on it, but it's so cute. To the next side, I have, this is Hoya Fungii. I just love the veining on it. It's so pretty, and I got that as a swap, I believe. A lot of my plants, believe it or not, I've gotten from swaps. So I'm really missing swaps right now, you guys. So then this is Hoya Marillii, and you could see this fungus gnats on this sticky stuff. And this one's just so pretty. I got this baby off of eBay, Then there's this guy. This is my Hoya obovata variegata. It has new growth point right there in the middle. It had 2 leaves, dropped 1, so hopefully that will become an actual leaf. Back here, this is a Hoya caudata silver. That's what I bought it as, and for the longest time I thought it was dying because it wasn't doing anything, but it recently gave me this new leaf, and you know, it's starting to give me a little bit of a trail, so it seems like it's growing now. So I'm really happy to see that. Right here in the front, this is Hoya Penny's Treat. Right? Yeah, Penny's Treat. And I don't know if you can tell, but this leaf is really dark. So with enough bright light, these leaves get really beautiful dark coloring. And I just think it's so pretty. It looks a little dusty, sorry guys. I need to dust my plants. Back here I have my Hoya rotundiflora, and she's really cute. I need to give her a little trellis or something to grow on because she's just starting to trail. And then back there, that's my Hoya chook. I recently repotted that in one of my videos. I don't know if you guys saw that. Back here, this is Hoya macrophylla, the regular green version. And right here in the front, this is Hoya silver Eskimo, or Eskimo silver or something like that. It's the really silver one that hardly has green. I think it's beautiful. And then this is not a Hoya, this is a Dischidia rucifolia, which is known as the million hearts. And it's so cute. It's recently put out a little bit of growth. So that's it for the bottom shelves. And then the top is a different story. So right here, I have my Clarinervium. I have 2 of those because she's one of my favorite. Here's the other half of my obovata in this little prop that I got from Sharina at a plant swap. This is my Hoya Megalastar or Megalastar. I'm not sure how you say that. This is my Hoya latifolia. Back there, that's a philodendron tenue. It came to me really sad, and I cut it back and it started to give me those little leaves. It's cute, I don't hate it, so it's doing what it's doing. Here in the front, I have in this little glass a cutting that my friend, let me move this, a cutting that my friend brought to me. It's a pothos, a golden pothos, but this is the huge variety, but I guess he had it in his car for too long and it got sunburnt, but it's still doing good. It's so pretty anyways. Back there, I have my, right there, that's my Hoya Crimson Princess. Right here in the middle, that's my Hoya Macrophylla albomarginata, I think. I really struggle with this guy, but it's really beautiful. Back here, I recently gave this baby a trellis, so I'm hoping that she'll grow up it. This is my Hoya Mathilde, and I just think it's so cute. And then right here in the front, this is my Hoya Polynura, and she's one of my favorites. She has beautiful leaves. Definitely one that everyone should have for real. Then right here, I have some Monstera. This is a Monstera aria top cutting that I took from my mother plant. And yeah, she's rooting in water for now. This is a slow grower for me, but she's really beautiful. Then back here, let's move this guy. So that's Hoya surigauensis or something like that. Right next to it, I have my Hoya carrii. And she's really taken off. Looks like she's giving me some new leaves up there. And then this big guy, I have to back up, I think. That big guy is a Hoya, I'm sorry, that's a Monstera variegata. And yeah, she's 2 leaves. I recently gave her a pot. She recently went into soil I want to say a couple months ago. So I'm waiting for her to give me some new growth. We'll see what happens. Back here, this is a philodendron Fensleyii, Fensleyii, I think that's how you say it. I'm not 100%. So yeah, so this is my collection that's in my room. So those were all the plants in my bedroom. Let me know what you guys think, or if you have any questions about any specific plant, just leave it in the comment section. And make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for part 2 and 3 of my houseplant tour. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!